What's up, guys? It's Ambitious D, and today we're going to be filleting some blue cats. I'm going to show you guys the way I would do it. I'm pretty sure this way just about works for any catfish. So far, I wouldn't do any of them any different, and with the majority of most fish. So we're just going to need some basic tools to do this. Some pliers to pull the skin off the catfish once we start those incisions. This is just a bait knife I have, but it's actually pretty sharp, so I have it here just in case. And then a fillet knife. This one is just a smaller fillet knife. Depending on the fish you are filleting, the size of the fish will kind of help determine the size of the knife you need. This one was honestly just like a $2 fillet knife from Walmart. Pretty simple and nothing too expensive. I definitely recommend that you do get a nice fillet knife if you find yourself fishing often and filleting a lot of fish. This one worked good for a while. It still works honestly pretty great, but it's definitely got some like nicks in it. It's a little dull from using it a couple times, and I was gilling the fish with this as well, which you don't want to do with your fillet knife because their gills, the bigger fish especially, are really tough actually. So you'd want something more like this, like a bait knife, to do that with. So anyway, these are the three things we're going to use. That's it. We're going to go and get the fish out of the bucket. Alright, now that we got him kind of dried off, all we're going to do is, you'll see this little bone right here. And that bone, we're just going to cut behind that bone, behind the gills, top of the head, trace both sides like that. So I like to go down first. Don't have to. Okay. Oops, got stuck to our napkin. Flip them around like this. And come up behind that first initial cut. Just gonna follow the head, kind of come right around the back of the head. You'll see. As you can see, this is where having a sharp fillet knife really comes in handy too, because these cuts, you won't have to hit them more than once. Follow right behind that head. Go behind that bone, behind this fin. Down. And then you'll take your knife from the top here. You're just gonna work down the spine. It's easier, well, whenever your fish isn't, depending on your hand size and the fish, I guess, you can get your hand just right around their head typically and kind of hold them still. This is where it comes in handy. Have a sharp knife too to get this initial cut started. Their skin is so tough. There you go. Once it's started, you should be able to just kind of work right along the top. You'll follow that spine all the way down. Don't cut too deep, because you're going to open that up with your fillet knife afterwards. Work all the way down. Get this. Same thing. You're going to work this ribs here. You'll see kind of where it kind of connects there. It goes all the way down. You trace that tail all the way down. Ribs down. Because you're just going to pull the skin straight off of that. So once this gets started, I noticed that the skin down here on the side tends to be a lot tougher than the rest, in my opinion. Again, having a sharp fillet knife is really going to make a difference here. You're just going to work all the way down. Once you get it going, get down that belly. There we go. As you can see, you'll just follow all the way down. Once you get down there, bam. You're going to follow that belly line all the way up to the end of the tail. Don't want to go too low. It'll start tearing the skin if it's not cut right. And then it just kind of becomes a pain in the butt to get the rest. But once you got a good chunk going like this, the rest will honestly just kind of tear. It'll come right along with it. There we go. So we got one side, and then same thing. Rinse and repeat. We're going to do the same thing with the other side real quick. Work back down it from the middle or so. You see that kind of helped. Made it a little bit easier. See? right down that tail. Same here, you could do the same thing, finish that cut the rest of the way up if you need to. The same way. I'm getting a little reckless with the knife work here, gotta be careful. Don't want to cut yourself. There you go, that's there. And then same thing on the other side. You're going to get your knife in the top, work down that spine. And this top fin here, there's a bone that goes around. So you got to kind of work around that bone. It's not the same on this side as it is on this side. This side was a little shorter, so I was able to get closer. But you'll feel it, and you'll feel the knife work right around it. You don't got to really force anything. It does it all on its own. Cut up. It doesn't have to be perfect either, don't worry about that. And this is where you're going to get your pliers. You can get at the corner of the skin here, where you got it started basically. Get a chunk, start pulling. And it's tough sometimes. But once you get it started, usually it's pretty easy from there. So you can get that skin, kind of roll it up and just like that. You're just gonna pull straight down. You can even leave that skin on there so it's with the fish. You don't got extra trimmings and clippings to deal with afterwards. But bam, just leave it just like that. Same with the other side. Get it, skin. I have a buddy, honestly, he gets this stuff in one pull almost every single time. He's really good at doing this part, better than I am anyway. Skin is tough sometimes. And then like, I got a bunch of buildup on there. You can see all the slime. You gotta wash that off sometimes. It's a pain in the butt to keep pulling. If there's a bunch of slime buildup, you can't get any grip. There we go. Pull straight down. Bam. That side did a little bit better, honestly. So then you'll have that. Okay. From here, you're just gonna get your fish. Get your fillet knife again. Okay. Just come down on the tail until you feel the bone at about a 90-degree angle. Okay. And then you can just rest your knife. You're gonna turn it flat. You can rest your knife along the spine. You'll feel it there. You'll feel the bone. And just work all the way up. Keep running it all the way along. Hold your knife flat, nice and flat as you can. Run all the way up. Okay. You can check, make sure you're still cutting right. Okay. And then you come up to the top. Start peeling this fillet down. Working it, you'll feel them, running that knife right along. I'm just going to keep pulling it down right for you. Okay. Again, as you can see, you could tell my knife is a little dull. It shouldn't take this long to really cut a fillet. Maybe if it's your first time or such, but the knife's just a little dull. Try not to tear up the meat too much. But yeah, that's what we got. That's what we're going to be working with after you fillet. Really nice. Really nice. Alright, and then we're going to do the same thing with the next one. We're just going to get this napkin, dry them off a little bit, get some of that slime that we couldn't get with just the water off. And you see, that didn't really help too much with the last one. He was still slipping and sliding everywhere. But it's okay. We'll make it happen. Get this other napkin. We're going to try to really get the bottom of this one because that was our biggest issue earlier. Them sliding. Napkins tearing apart on them. Paper towels. Make sure you have paper towels. Okay. Clean them. pretty decent. See if we could do this one a little bit better, a little more efficient. So like I was telling you guys before, we're just gonna go under the dorsal, or not dorsal, under this pectoral fin. We're gonna go from the top, down behind the head, across, keep that cut going basically, that's all you're doing. Then behind this fin, find that bone, go right behind that bone. Come up to the head, okay? Get your fish, start at the top here. You already know the dealio. Working down that back, all the way down. I sharpened the knife, by the way, guys, so it made a huge difference. If you can't tell, look, the ease, that's what happens when you have a sharp knife. Way easier. Just go down that back. Bam. Okay. Come down here. Same dealio. Working down. Side. Following them ribs. And that's why it's getting caught up, is because of those ribs there. It's kind of getting caught on them a little bit. Hitting those bones. You can even turn this upside down a little bit if it's easier. Bam, falls right up. Flip her over. Forgot we're already working on the bottom cut on this side. Down in front of the ribs first. Okay, we'll go to flip it just to make it easier. Work down. So simple. Amazing, honestly. And maybe even if you even have to, you can get started under that skin. So you got a good grip. Something real nice to pull on there. Okay. Chiz or some shit. There we go. Pull. Bam. So easy. Okay. Put those back. The tail down. And then you're just working up. Okay. Almost lost the fish there. Come up this back. Keep peeling that meat down. Ooh, I'm glad that was the top of my finger, because that was sharp. That was my fingernail. I got lucky there. I almost cut myself. Okay, there we go. Now we're to the ribs. We're just gonna work that just like this. It'll peel. You'll feel it. It'll just come right off. Get this fillet down here finished, coming down. Get to those ribs. Come over here to the light for you guys. Cut. There she is. Nice fillet. Really good fillet. Way faster. Just need a sharp knife, I'm telling you. It's the key to these good fillets, is having a sharp knife. It makes it so much faster and safer, because when your knife is dull, you're slipping and sliding. It's kind of unpredictable. You want a good sharp knife. Okay, we're just gonna come up, running that knife down flat, working the body all the way up. Okay. This is a little top of skin, so we'll just trim that off. This. Work. There it is, your other fillet. So what I do after they're all done is I like to put them in something with a little bit of salt water. Just give them any little slime or anything on them, any little bit of fishy taste. I'll set them in that salt water for a quick minute and give them basically just like a quick salt bath. Rinse them off really well in the water. Alright guys, so we're going to do it pretty simple. I got a little bit of a different setup here, not much. I put the batter inside a bag, that way we can shake it, try to keep it off my fingers a little bit more. And as far as the fish goes, we went ahead and just left the fillets borderline whole and just cut them in half. And this is what we're going to be working with. We're just going to fry them like that. Alright guys, here it is. I won't lie, I got carried away and tried it on, not on the camera. This is it. It is so soft, it's just ridiculous. And I won't lie, blue is probably by far my absolute favorite so far. I mean, it's perfect.
It's great.
I can't complain. Even Bea, I'll show you. You like it too, Bea?
Burpees.
Was it good? And try a little more? A little hot? Now you're done? Super good.
Here you go.
Mm-hmm.
For you, baby.
Anyway. 10 out of 10. Appreciate you guys. Much love. Stay ambitious, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.